Hi, I'm the Buildmonger and welcome back to another episode on the Waystone server. We are back at the horse race minigame today, and we will be building the starting line of the horse race. So, the plan for the horse race as a whole, I think, is going to be almost an American frontier theme. Not Wild West, but sort of, I guess. We have a farm that is going to be the main starting line for this place. And just to make things sort of interesting, we're going to be using nether brick, or red nether brick, and diorite. So we're continuing with the theme of blocks that should never be used. As you can see over here, we have lots and lots of birch logs and singular blocks of terracotta. Over here we're having diorite of all things and red nether brick. So far I have laid out two buildings. This is going to be a silo, which I think is going to look really cool. And this one is essentially going to be a barn. And I really need to rework this barn door. If you look at the red nether brick, it looks sort of fine. But if you look at the diorite, which there's more of, it looks like a 0 made of red nether brick. So we're going to change that up. But this is, I think, going to be a really fun project. So yeah, let's get into it.
Not enough mountains, too many drains and not enough fountains. Cynicism's dark abysm, it swallows all the light that passes by. And I will choose a path of lightness, even when I'm blinded, sightless. 'Cause I'd rather be adrift at sea than the safety of a jail with no key. Too many words and not enough feeling. Too many lost balloons on the ceiling. If they had their way, they'd float away, but now they're stuck up there till they run out of air. And I will choose the path of flying, even when it's terrifying. 'Cause when your head is high up in the sky, they'll try to clip your wings so you can't fly.
Alrighty guys, so I've done a lot, as evident by the time lapse, but in addition to the time lapse, I've also extended the horse race track from over here in the Native American area, all the way down, through the countryside, and into our little farm, and that is going to be kind of fun to play around with. So let me walk you through what I did. Before I even started the time lapse, we had a barn door that looked like a 0. And I feel like I've definitely improved that barn door, and I actually did that before I built the rest of the barn. So that's pretty cool. We got, of course, our diorite and our red nether brick. Some neat little windows. Obviously there's no interior because there's no way to get in, but these just add a little bit of extra interest to the sides of the barn, otherwise it would just be a flat square. In the back of the barn, we also have a barn door. What did you expect? But for real, I think this looks pretty nifty. And of course on the other side we have more windows, but I'd like to talk about the shape of the roof a little bit. If you were observant during the time lapse, you may have noticed I had to redo it 3 times. Once because it was asymmetrical, the other time because I just didn't like the look of it. But I actually really like this. It just invokes a feeling of kind of a flat-roofed barn, and I really like it. I used oak for the roof. I considered using stone brick, but I feel like oak adds another color instead of just all the additional colors, like the diorite, which is white and black, being grayscale. I think it adds a nice contrasting color to the red nether brick. So that is the barn in a nutshell. But of course, we're going to want to talk about the reason that this barn and these teepees are here in the first place. And that, of course, is the horse race. So the plan is to start somewhere over here. That's why we have such a straight patch of coarse dirt, which just winds around the countryside, like so. And eventually, you get to these Native American teepees. And, of course, I haven't done very much past this. The path just ends there. However, the plan is to have it loop around quite a long distance, and then come back to the starting line through a wheat field. So that should be quite interesting. I'm thinking typically people are going to be doing 3 laps on this thing. A quick detail that I think we're going to do on camera is essentially just make pillars that are 3 tall and cap them off with a slab. And of course I'm going to need to kind of fill in this little kind of gap there. But something along those lines. You know what, let's make those bigger so horses can go through an awning we put there. So let's make them 4 tall each. And what we are going to do with them after this is we're going to take some glass panes, boom, and let's get out the black, and we're just going to alternate these in kind of a checkerboard style pattern. If I mess up, that is fine, because I have a lot of these, and I think I don't really have too little for error. But we didn't even make any errors, so that's good. And this is essentially our starting line. I'm pretty sure this is tall enough for you to ride through with horses. If not, we can easily remake it. But that's our starting line right there. So I think that this is turning out incredibly well. Incredibly well for this race, and I'm really enjoying this project so far. So yeah, there is one more building that we're going to try to tackle today, and that's the silo. So I've got quite a bit of red nether brick left, not too much, but essentially still enough just to essentially kind of establish kind of the shape of the silo. And I'm going to use up all of this and see if it actually works as a silo. For it to work as a silo, it would of course need to be much taller than the barn, but other than that, I think we can probably make do with what we have. So yeah, on second thought, we're definitely gonna need a lot more red nether brick to finish off the silo. So let me get some progress done on this, and I'll come back to ya. Guys, guess what I did? Guess what I did, guys? I finished the silo, and I think it's looking mighty fine over here. As you can see, it's not as tall as I wanted it. I wanted to be much taller than the barn, but overall I think it works. It's meant to be a quaint little farm, so it's fine if we have a shorter silo. Now, as you can see, I extended the red nether brick and diorite, and for the detail on these sections of the walls, I added wooden buttons, and I added some ladders going up to the top, which I think looks really nice, and just stops it from being a super bland wall. You know, even with the curve, it would have just been pure red, and that's not exactly what I wanted. Much like with the barn, there is not exactly an interior in this area, like you would expect, but it is pretty nice looking on the outside. I did not include a door. So, let me just show you the progress we made on this horse race in the last 2 episodes. So, you started the starting line. You rev up your horses and you get ready to go. As you're walking through the farm, you can see a lot of cool barns and silos, and then you come up to this nice little reservation up on a slight rolling hill. And eventually there's going to be a wheat field over here, but I think we've done a lot. I think the next episode we work on this, because I think episode 14 we're going to want to return to our base or a different project. But the next episode we work on this, we are going to try and finish it. Yes, and then eventually I think we can get Waffle and the Nerdians and Lifter, hopefully if his internet is better, and we can get together and play it. But that is just about as much time as I have for today, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you did not, tell me why in the comments. And if you really enjoyed it, make sure to smack that notification bell to be notified when other videos of mine come out in the future. Anyway, I've been the Buildmonger, and I shall see you in another video down the road. Peace.